In the late 1950s in Memphis, Tennessee, there lived a man named Sputnik Monroe. Sputnik Monroe was a professional wrestler. Do we have any professional wrestling fans here tonight? One of the rare nights that we do. Sputnik Monroe was a professional wrestler. He was a bad guy. He was a heel. It was his job to make the audience hate him so much that they would lay down their hard-earned money in hopes of seeing the good guy kick his ass. It's a very specific skill. He was so good at it that every Monday night in Memphis, 11,000 people would pay to see him wrestle. Every Monday. Well, when he wasn't wrestling, he would be hanging out down on Beale Street. He was one of the few white people that you would see down there, but his best friends were the blues singers and the soul musicians that would later go on to be in all of our record collections and go on to be legends. These were his best friends. And it was illegal in 1959 for a white man and a black man to drink together in public in Memphis, so he would be arrested repeatedly. But he did not care. He wanted to hang out with his friends, so he kept going down there. But when his friends wanted to come out and see him wrestle, they had to sit up in the balconies. They weren't allowed to sit in the good seats down below. So when Sputnik Monroe would walk out into the ring, these cheers would rain down from the balconies, which would make the white people sitting below hate him even more. Sputnik Monroe had a realization. He realized there was power in being able to fill up these auditoriums throughout the South. So he took a principled stand, and he told the promoters, unless you let my friends sit anywhere that they want to sit, I'm going to stop wrestling, and you're going to lose a lot of money. And they thought about it, and they knew he was crazy enough to go through with it. So the promoters gave in, and it became the very first desegregated sporting event in the southern part of the United States, all from professional wrestling. So do we have any more professional wrestling fans here now? So not a lot of people know about Sputnik Monroe, but I figure I'm a folk singer. I'll write a song about him, and I'll travel around to strange and wonderful places like Des Moines, and I will sing that song for people. And I should tell you right now, I should warn you, there is a sing-along chorus. And if you guys decide you would like to sing along, that would be beautiful. If you decide not to, that will be awkward. I personally fall on the side of beauty. You can be into any damn thing you want to be into. The words are standing on the ground where King stood on the right side of history. I'll sing it a couple times and maybe you guys will join in. Maybe we can share a moment together. Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Listen to me, people, let me speak to your soul. There's more to Memphis than rock and roll, and there's more to history than what we've been told. This is the story of Sputnik Monroe. Sputnik Monroe was a barrel-chested man, was a brawler and a grappler with an iron chin. He stooped to chicanery if it would help him win. It's the last guy you want to offend. Thousands of people paid to see him fight at Ellis Auditorium every Monday night. And the white folks booed and the black folks cheered. Your money everywhere reappeared. Standing on the ground where King stood. Standing on the ground where King stood. Standing on the ground where King stood. On the right side of history. Late at night you see him having a drink in the blues halls and juke joints along Beale Street. It was a place where a white man would never go, but it was home to Sputnik Monroe. When his black friends tried to see him fight, they had to sit in the balcony though they paid the same price as the whites who sat down the long ringside. It was the South in 1959. Standing on the ground where King stood. Standing on the ground where King stood. Standing on the ground where King stood. On the right side of history. I can feel you guys warming up a little bit. We're getting to know each other. It's coming together. I can feel it. Do you guys feel that too? In the pool halls in Memphis, they still talk in the night. Sputnik Monroe refused to fight until all of the people, be they black or white, could sit together side by side. There's a basic language every promoter speaks, based on beers and hands and asses and seats. The promoters gave in and they drew record crowds. The first desegregated sporting event in the South. Standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, on the right side of history. You might have buggy whip-ons or be a peach-faced butte, or a turkey neck afraid to say boo to a goose. But rest assured, even dirtbags like me can be on the right side of history. You guys ready to sing with me? Yeah. Let's give it a try. Here we go. Standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, on the right side of history. Clap your hands. Standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, on the right side of history. One more loud. Standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, standing on the ground with Kingston, on the right side of history, on the right side of history, from Memphis, Tennessee. Listen to me, people, let me speak to your soul. There's more to Memphis and rock and roll, and there's more to history than what we've been told. This is the story of Sputnik Monroe. That was a nice job of singing, everybody, but we came dangerously close to a kumbaya moment.